Hey folks, Dave here. I wanted to try to squeeze in another Halloween project before moving on to Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I want to do the rear of an old pickup truck. And looking around for free vectors on the internet, I didn't really see something that would do what I wanted. So we'll just make one. So just go over and grab a square and just drag it out. And then we're going to make, go up top, make sure your lock is off, make the width about 127 millimeters. That's somewhere around 5 inches, maybe 5 inches. And then the height, make it about 60. Now go over and click your arrow on the top left, and then go down and click radius on the bottom. And just go to these top two corners and round it off. And then click your arrow again. So this is going to be the bottom portion of the truck. This is going to be a sweet truck, so y'all stick around. I think you'll like this. So grab that and duplicate it. Well, make sure it actually duplicates, and then drag it out. So now we want to do the back portion, or the cab portion. That's going to go here. And then we want to put a window inside. So grab, let me check the size on that again. We can make it a little larger. And beyond measuring for this first piece, then you can make it as large as you want. Everything else, we're just going to kind of size out proportionately. So that'll be the cab. And then we want to do a back window. Now remember, you can scroll in and out with your mouse wheel, and you can hold down on the mouse wheel to move the entire canvas around. Okay, so now duplicate this one. Pull it out somewhere. And then we're just going to make it smaller. Just think about the back windshield of a pickup truck. And then we're going to make some ghosts and put in this window. So leave that one selected, shift and select the outer one, and then click on the bullseye to make sure it's centered. This could be drug out a little bit more. We're going to need some space for our ghost. So you resize it to whatever looks right to you. But when you finish, then shift and click the outer portion again, and click the bullseye to move it around. So we want this piece cut out, and we could just leave it, we could just group it and make it cut out, but sometimes it causes problems as you go along with doing other things. We want this to be one piece. So we need to subtract this piece from this piece. To do that, you have to select the piece that you're subtracting from first, then push shift, select the other piece, go over to the left and click subtract. And you notice you can check by, if you touch the outer piece and it selects everything, you know it worked. You can also go up and click preview, and I've got it on another screen. Let me see if I can get it off. And there's the preview. Okay, so now we want to get a copy of this. So duplicate this large piece and pull it down, because we're going to do like a tailgate with a with a cutout and a bumper on it. But we can make these ghosts and put them in. So ghost, you can just grab a ellipse circle and just drag it out. Don't push the shift key. If you push the shift key, it'll drag out proportionately. So just drag out a oval like so. Click your arrow, and we're going to put 3 ghosts in here. So let's get, we're going to do 1 here. Duplicate it. We're going to put 1 over here. And let's put 1 over here. And we can make them a little larger. So we're going to do 1 like so. 1 like so. And you just stretch them to whatever works out for you. Now, if you want it to stretch proportionately, you got to go to the corner like so. If you just want to make it fit the window, you can just drag them out. We're going to make them some eyes, and then we're going to weld them in to here. And maybe we'll put a hair bow or something on one of them. Okay, so go back over and grab the ellipse. Let's make some eyes and just drag out a little circle. Actually, I should have, if you want it to be proportionate, like I said, just grab the, push down on the shift key, and it'll drag it out proportionately, and then you can resize it however you like. And that is a big eye, but that's okay. So put an eye in there, duplicate it, put another eye. We can get rid of this one. Now duplicate the eye again, pull it down here and just drag it out and make it like so. That looks like a good mouth. Whatever you like, put that in there. All right, now let's grab all 3 of these. Actually, you can group those together and then duplicate and then drag them out. Put some over here. Duplicate again. Put some over here. All right, now we have ghost. So we want to group the eyes with the ghost. So group. And then we want to weld it to the back of the truck. So you're going to select the ghost. It has to be grouped because when you weld, actually we're going to use union. It's over here below weld. And it can only deal with 2 objects. So this one is welded, grouped together. Then you can shift, select the other one. And then that didn't work too good. So Control Z will get you back. It don't like those eyes being in there. So let's do this. We will ungroup it and pull the eyes out. There was a duplicate set in there. Either way, we'll get the eyes out of the way and we will try this again. So select the ghost, shift, select the truck, and then union, and then you can put the eyes back. And I guess just don't group it yet. When I make mistakes, I'm going to leave them in here because I think it helps everybody. I make a lot of them, so, be patient with me and we'll get there. All right, so we won't group that one yet. we'll just select the ghost and then shift, select the truck, and then union. Okay, we'll do the same thing over here. Select the ghost, shift, select the truck, and union. Okay, so now we have all our ghosts in the truck, and I think we can safely group these together, but we'll see. Now we need to weld this one to this one. So select your upper piece, get your mouse close to the line, and you'll notice it changes. And then if you'll pull down toward this piece, it'll snap in place. But we still need to align it. So hold the Shift key, select the bottom portion, and select vertical align, and then it'll put it in there. And if this is going to work, we should be able to hit weld right here. And we did. Okay, we're good. So now that's welded on. Okay. So this will become the tailgate. But let's make some wheels, so we can have some wheels showing down here on the bottom. So grab a square and just drag out a triangle, about so. We may have to do it larger because we're going to use radius over here on the left, and sometimes with smaller squares, for some reason that don't want to work for me. Ah, that's good. Okay. Now click your arrow, and that will be the wheel. If it's not too big, we'll make it a little smaller. Okay, and then just duplicate that once you get it to where you like it. I'm going to put one here, and same with the line. If you get close, then it'll snap to it. And I didn't measure where these are going. I'm just putting them where I think they look right. And that looks pretty good, I think. Maybe move it over a little bit. Okay, that looks good. So now we need to weld the tires to the rest of the truck. So just select one of the wheels, shift, select the truck, and click weld. Same thing, select the wheel, shift, select the truck, and click weld. Okay. So we want to make some tire tread for those. So I'm going to use Control-Z and go back to here, and I'm going to copy this, duplicate, pull it off to the side so we can put some tire tread on here. And I'm going to select the tire, shift, select the truck, and weld it back. Hopefully I won't have to do that again, but we'll see. Okay, for this tire tread, I think we can let's just use some letters, use some W's. And Arial font is fine. And just make a few W's. Click your arrow. Let's get this all in frame good. We're going to size this up and make it look like tire treads, and we'll put a this is what I've got set for a score line, so I'm going to use that. And when you do a score or a engrave, be sure to grab it and push it to the top to make sure your cut line is on the bottom. Else you will make a mess out of your wood. we're going to move this up and just check it. That looks pretty good. Then we're going to bring it down. We're going to go over to the left and use array. Spacing of 1 is fine. And we're just going to use this Y rows here and click up on the number until you reach enough to fill up that tire tread. And that looks pretty good. Click OK. Come over here and grab these, right click, group them together, and put them on the tire. And the outside will cut out so we can group this together. Then we can duplicate it. And now we have both tires and they're done. So this will cut out and just go right on top of that and look like it's supposed to. Okay, so now we have that. All right, on the tailgate, I guess we need to call this something, so we'll call it a, let's just call it a boo ride, I guess. I've seen similar things and they call them, you know, all kinds of stuff. So we'll just call it a boo ride. So just grab your text and we'll leave this at, I think we'll make it Arial black. It's a little thicker, all caps. And then click your arrow. We're going to resize this up, make it fit, put it however we like. We want to leave room for some tail lights. We're going to put some tail lights on here. All right, so that we can center. So shift, select your tailgate, and click the bullseye. Okay, so this will be set for a score, just so we know where to set it. So we're going to make that a light score, which I have set here, which would be great. So get a copy of this because we want to do some cutouts. They might be kind of small, but here's what we'll do. We will just make that a heavy score and do that. Let's do that. Okay, tail lights. So grab a circle and just kind of drag it out like so. Click your arrow. Let's get this where we can see it. Grab another circle. Use shift and just drag out an eye. Let go. Click your arrow and duplicate that eye. We're going to put ghosts on here. Ghost tail lights. And then duplicate again. Drag it down here for a mouth. And then kind of make it look like the ghost in the back of the window. Like so. Well, I was going to try to straighten that mouth up a little bit. So you can leave the mouth selected, shift, select the rest of the ghost, and then do vertical alignment, and it'll go over. So now, grab the eyes and the mouth, duplicate, drag it down, go up to arrange, and do a vertical flip. And just put it down here somewhere. And we can center it also. Leave it selected, Select the rest of the ghosts, go to vertical alignment. Uh-oh. It done that because I didn't have it grouped. So you can group this, then shift, select the ghost, then do vertical alignment, and there you go. Better group these before I mess them up. And we can put something in the center. I don't know why, but you know, we can do it. Let's do that. Just grab a square, stick it in there. That looks right. I'm just having fun, folks, and sharing what I'm doing with y'all. I had seen one of these trucks where somebody had an SVG for sale to make one, and I thought, I can make that. Why would I want to spend $8 on an SVG when I can make it? So duplicate the tail light and put you one over here. All right. So this will all set up here like so. So let's put that aside. I think we can just group that together. Oh no, let's take the outside edge here, click it, and just duplicate it and pull it off to the side. This is just in case we need it for something. That way I won't have to hit Control Z as much. So now you can go back and you can group this all together and it'll be ready to go. But I'll leave it there. And now, let's see. Let's make a bumper. So grab a square and just drag it out to what looks like a bumper. So it's hanging past the truck. Hit your arrow. Then you can drag it to a new workspace so you can work with it. Go over and click radius, and then we'll see if we can round these corners off. Sometimes these corners won't round off right. See, it's giving me a red symbol there instead of letting me do it. I don't know why. So if you do, please let me know in the comments. So the only way I know around it is to make this larger, then click radius, and then click the corners. I guess it, I don't know. I'm not going to guess. Click the arrow and then make it back to the size that you want it, which looks about right. Let's see. Yep, that's looking pretty good. So now we will duplicate this, bring it up, go to arrange, and just rotate it and make it really small. We're going to do one of these cross things like you see on old trucks as a part of the bumper. That might be too big. We'll try that. And then duplicate it, bring it over and do another one. And then we'll grab the whole thing and take it down and make sure it's not going to obscure the wheels or anything. So we will drop it and just click these little things and move them out past the wheels. Probably look better that way. I'm talking to myself now, I guess. I talk myself through these things. All right, that looks good. When you when you have something like this laying on top of another thing and it's segmented, you can't just grab it and connect it. Everything won't connect. But if you can select one, then hold the shift key, select the next one, and then the next one, then you can get control of it again. All right, so we will move that down out of the way. And I think this has to come out a little more to look right. You put yours wherever you need it to be. Whatever looks good to you, you do that. So now you can select the whole thing and group it together and then make it a cut. Oh, can't do that. Control Z and go back until everything is individual. Okay, so what we've got to do is weld these smaller pieces to the bumper. So select one of those, shift, select the bumper, then go over and click weld. Now do the same thing with the other one. Select the small one, select the large one, and click weld. We might as well put a license plate on here too. So you can grab a square, drag something out. I'm gonna go ahead and make it big so it'll let me round these corners off. And then select radius, click the corners, and then click your arrow, and then you can resize it to what you want it to be. And we will get it to the size of a license plate. Let it hang past a little bit. And then you can leave it selected and then shift, select your bumper and do vertical align, and it'll set it where it needs to be. Then you can select it, shift, select the bumper, and then do weld like so. And again, I'm going to hit Control Z and go back, and then I'm going to get a copy of this, duplicate. Hope I'm not getting on y'all's nerves with all these mistakes, but I don't want to be stopping the video, and my mistakes may help somebody. Okay, so now select the bumper, shift, select the tag, click weld. Okay, so now we will take this tag and we will write something on it. So let's just grab the text tool, get that in view. And Arial Black is still a good choice. All caps. Let's just say scary. Then select your arrow up top and then resize this to where it will fit on the tag. Leave it selected, shift, select the tag, and then hit the bullseye. And then select the tag, set it for a cut. Go ahead and select the bumper, set it for a cut. And then, let's see, what else do we need? Let's put a hair bow in this ghost head. So I don't want to go find a SVG hair bow, so we'll just make one. So draw out a small square, rectangle, and click your arrow, rotate it. We're just going to make a bow. Then duplicate it, pull it out, rotate it the opposite direction, kind of make it look like a bow. Then shift, make sure both are selected, and then click weld. So now we have a bow. So now we can, so select your bow, then go over and select outline. I've got mine set for 0.5, that's fine. Then you can pull out your original bow, set it to score or engrave. Matter of fact, I'll make it engrave. Then you can put it, you can take the outline, come over and resize it. So it don't look weird on her head. Maybe right there. That looks right, yeah. Okay, so select the hair bow, shift, select the truck, and go over and click weld, and that did not work. So Control Z, as I've said, Control Z is your friend. So select it again, shift, select the truck. Let's try Union right here on the low weld. And there we go. So she has a hair bow on her head. Now we got to resize this, get this into place. All right, we're going to get there, folks. And I know I just kind of threw this together and brought you folks in on it. But if you try to do it and you have questions, just let me know. I'll be glad to help. All right, so now she has a bow in her hair. We've got a tag. We've got a tailgate. What else do we need? Let's put some mirrors on the truck. All right, go over and grab a square. Just drag out a rectangle. Again, do it large because you can't round those corners if you don't. Just drag it out, hit radius, click the corners. Then click your arrow. Then kind of make it the size of a rear view mirror, like so. That's about the right size. All right, so now we need to put an arm on that. So just grab another square, drag out a rectangle, click your arrow, leave it selected, shift, select your mirror, and then go up top and hit horizontal alignment. Okay. So now we want to weld this together. So select your arm, shift, select the mirror, and weld. Then we want to duplicate that, drag it down, go up to arrange, and do a horizontal flip. Okay, so now we have two mirrors. You can drag this one over here and just put it in wherever it looks right to you. And shift, select the truck, and click weld. And now we have a mirror. Do the same thing on the other side. Maybe they'll look about proportionate. All right, now we have mirrors on the truck. And let's put all this together and see what it looks like. So here's our tailgate. We'll go here. Let me make sure it's grouped so I'll be able to get it back out of there. Yep. That will set here as a cutout. And the tire tread will go on. The bumper will go on. And then the tag, if it cuts out right, will go on there. So let's make a little fence like a rail to go up here. All right, so grab a square again and just drag something else, something out that's about as long, as wide as the truck there. Uh-oh. When you do that, click Control Z and it'll go back. So grab your square and just drag out a rail. Then we'll click the arrow and then we'll just check the size. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so now duplicate that rail, drag it down, and then you can shift and select and get both of them selected and do vertical alignment, and it will line them up. Now grab another square and just make an upright like so. Click the arrow and just bring it over and do that. Probably should bring it all the way in so it doesn't interfere with that back piece that's going on the tailgate. So bring it in like so and duplicate it. Bring it over here and put it wherever looks right, or you can use the alignment tools and put it where you would like. So click one of those, shift, click a rail, click weld, shift, click another rail, click weld, shift, click the other upright, and click weld. Okay, now we have a fence. Probably needs one in the middle, but that's okay. You get the idea. And then this, we can maybe engrave it. We'll see how that works out. I don't know. I don't want to cover their faces up, so it'll actually sit right on top of here. So I'm going to grab it and bring it down a little bit. Just don't want it to cover their face. That's some good looking ghost. All right, so, well, I think you get the idea of how to do this. And it's just me messing around and not wanting to pay for another vector right now. All right, I'm going to delete this piece because it's kind of in the way. And now I've got to get all these other pieces out. Like so. So we get our cut pieces. Let's get our tag out. Uh-oh. That's no good. Control Z, folks. It is indeed your friend. So again, when you're in a tight place and you need to do this, just click one of the items, shift, and click the other item, and then you can pull it out. Matter of fact, we can stick it in there and let it cut out. Now we want to get our bumper out, make sure it cuts out. And we've got a truck, folks. And I think it is about the right size to cut out of one piece of wood, hopefully much less than a whole piece of 12-inch wood. But let me get set up in the laser bed, and I'll come back and do a frame and hit start to send it over. Oh, look off to the top right. I almost didn't do what I told you to do. You always want to make sure the cut line is on the bottom. So to do that, your scores and engraves have to be moved up. So remember to do that. I forget sometimes, make a mess out of wood and then have to go get more wood. Okay, folks, let me get set up in the laser bed, and I will be right back. Okay, folks, we're all set up. Let's cut this out, see what it looks like. Okay, folks, looked like we had success, except I didn't set this to cut out, so I got to go back and do that. So let me cut this out, and then we'll put this thing together and see how it looks. Okay, folks, well, our boo ride is complete, and I believe it turned out pretty good. Let me see if I can give you a closer look. So you can, it took a while to do, but you could certainly do more. You could cut out letters and put those on, or cut out ghosts, or add other characters. So give it a try and just have some fun with it. You can save it, export it as a vector from Lightburn, and then you'll be able to cut this out every year. So I appreciate you watching. I enjoyed doing it, and we will see y'all next time. Thank you.